Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is LCW Lights Camera Wrestling. I am Oz the Alchemist.
And it's your girl Lola Love.
And this week in wrestling has been up and down, but constantly fire because of the main events of both shows. And I'm going to say one is better than the other. She's also said that one is better than the other. And we actually watched AEW this week. So,
Yeah, yeah.
what do we want to cover first?
Well, you know what? I would like to start off by saying, um, what do we want to talk about?
Let's talk about have you lost? A
We're just gonna jump
well-deserved
right in.
loss.
We're just gonna jump right in.
We can. This is our show. We do whatever we want.
You're right. You're right. You're right. And I'm sorry, but I can't hold it. I have been so damn giddy. I've just been smiley and cheesy this entire weekend because Cody lost. So
Rightfully so. And not only did he lose, he lost the first round, even though Drew cheated. And then he won the second
hey,
round. And
hey, hey,
then he
hey,
lost the
can't
last
prove
round.
can't
Thanks,
prove that.
thanks to Jacob Fatu returning. That I cared
The
more about than Drew winning.
the Samoan werewolf has returned. He is back. And you know what? He's looking quite nice these days. He's looking quite nice. He's polished. He got him some new teeth. He didn't slim down.
And he
But you
and
know
he
what? He's
even
still
whooped
back
people's
on his
ass.
BS. He's still back on his BS though. Because he came in there putting boots to asses. He did not care who you were, who was in his way. And I just want to clear this air just to so we can be forever cleared. So everyone can stop speculating. Drew McIntyre did not attack Jacob. And I know people saying, I seen it online. Well, why would he pit Drew and get into the
Why you swing on him first? Like granted, I get it. He like if you did it in a way that was like, oh, you in the way, and then I'm finna go beat Cody's ass. That would make sense. But you just strictly went for Drew until Cody touched.
not only are you in the way, of course, if you're out on injury, you have bitterness built up inside of you. In his mind, we had a match that night, which was going to determine who was going to face Cody for the championship. I get attacked, and you automatically get put there. So you are already my enemy. He ain't looking to make. You already know how he is. He's not looking to make any friends. He's cool with family, but he ain't really looking to make any friends. And it's like I'm looking for a real title, and then they get taken away from me because I end up getting attacked. And then you get a storyline and all these opportunities after opportunities because we have had multiple championship matches between Drew and Cody since Jacob has been gone. So to him, you getting all these chances, and now you getting this your own little stipulation for this match, and I'm coming for you because frankly we didn't like each other in the beginning anyway. So I don't feel any remorse for putting my hands on you. But if Cody did not attack him, why attack Cody? If it wasn't no beef, if it wasn't no real beef, even if it was a whoa, okay, I ain't know who it was. He started going off and just whooping him in the corner. Why? He's the one that actually did it because if not, he could have went out there and finished beating on Drew, but he didn't. So it's like I really feel like they're just trying to throw a little wrench, throw us for a loop to hey, okay, well, who did it? We don't know who really did it. I know who did it. We seen it all in that man's eyes when that title got taken away from him. We didn't see it after John Cena beat him at WrestleMania to become a 17 world champion. Just saying, thank you, John. We didn't see it then, but we saw the anger, the frustration, and you saw a change in character that fast, all in Cody's face after he lost that title because true colors are about to come out. And because now Jacob is back, the truth is about to be revealed, and Cody ain't ready for that. What you gonna do? Injure him again? No. This is exactly like Jay Cargill and Naomi with Liv Morgan and all that whole scenario, but they couldn't give it to us the same because it's too predictable. That would be too
Let's
predictable. So
let's
this, him attacking both, that had to be because what if Jade went in the ring and attacked both Liv Morgan and Naomi? We would have been confused. But she went right for Naomi. If he would have moved Drew and went right for Cody, that's giving it away too fast. I gotta let Drew have his moment. He won. Gotta string y'all for a loop. But we gonna find out next week.
Let's stay on this. Let's stay on this road because let's talk about Jade Cargill coming out and talking that
Do we have
promo
to?
against
Do
Jordan
do
Grace.
do 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 we have to?
Yes,
Only
because
I say that because Jade, we are so happy that you are now our champion. I feel like you did deserve it, and I feel like you can do a lot with it. This is you're supposed to be in your element right now. Really, I want to see you wrestle. To be completely honest, um, but the whole you coming out there and the bullying thing and letting her know that I'm that bitch. You don't have to keep saying it. I feel like at this point, you might as well just put it on the damn t-shirt because you keep saying it over and over. You don't have
because
to
you
say
have
it.
nothing else to say.
And that's the thing. And I don't want them to just because it hit hard the first time, and it did because that was her first change in character. But that should not be. If you're gonna make that into a catchphrase or whatever, I get it. But at the same time, she needs to say more. What Stone Cold Steve Austin has, and that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so. He has a whole lot to say before he says that. The same with The Rock. If you smell what The Rock is cooking, that's just the boom at the end. But I need her to say a little more before that to build up this intimidating factor that they're trying to put in her because this is Jordan Grace. And regardless of your height, she's just as big. She's just as strong. So if you're going to be
And
that
she
for the
can talk
locker
on the
room,
mic.
she can talk on the mic. If you're going to be that and want to be intimidating, like I'll say, for instance, Rhea Ripley, well, she can back it up in the ring. So Rhea was kind of scary and intimidating because she was ruthless and strong as hell. And you knew when she get in that ring, that's over with. She's mauling you. The same way I can say with Charlotte Flair. It's wrestlers that can back that up when they go out there and they talk they mess on the mic. Jazz being one of them. And that's why I say I really feel like they're taking elements from Jazz when she came back after being gone for a minute. I believe it was off an injury and she returned. And that was her thing. The bitch is back. And she would say that and she was just dominating.
And
But I
honestly,
need Jade to dominate. Like I said, I would respect it if she would have interfered in that Jordan Grace match that she had and got the ragdolling and then
that
did
would have
this
been
promo,
great.
that would have been a stamp.
And actually
Stop
said
playing with
something, but
that would have
she
said
didn't.
something without having even to use words. And then you could have said that on the mic. I'm that bitch to her. After you beat up her opponent or whatnot, like you just didn't care. But to just come out or just be backstage and you just walk up to him and say it, I'm not convinced.
Especially when Jordan, whenever she had like confrontation on the show so far, it was with Chelsea. If anything, it wasn't
Yeah,
her until you. So she gets signed, and now you come out. What are we doing? Like you,
I don't know.
and then
I don't even think
obviously
they
you're
know
pulling
what they're
from
doing,
Jay
to be
from
completely
Jazz.
honest.
You said what?
I don't even think they know what they're doing, to be completely honest. It's like, don't
But
lose the
that was
momentum with her.
normally the summation of her promos when she was at AEW too. That's but legitimately all she would say for the most part, from what I remember.
Really?
Um, yeah. Uh,
I feel like she would talk a little more on the mic then.
I have to go back and look, but I remember that specifically as being like her main thing to say. Um, so yeah, everything that I've been saying about Jade is not being dissuaded. Like it feels like I'm being vindicated with everything that I've said about her so far. And then not only that, I had to look it up to make sure it was true. Meechin and BFAB are injured from working with. So
Um, cut.
if that's not the case, if she didn't injure
What?
them, if she didn't injure them, then allegedly. But if she did, that's also vindicated because I'm saying she needs to sharpen up, tighten up, all this stuff, and it's like they put her on Front Street because she looks good, but y'all didn't make sure that she was ready.
And
It's
I
like
thought that they did.
you cooked the
I
food.
really thought, I really thought that they did.
It's like you cooked the food to make sure that it was hot, but it wasn't ready.
Here's the thing. I honestly feel like she's ready. I honestly feel like she's ready, but I also feel as though, so I'm forgetting. I have to put my earrings on. But I'm also believing that she feels, I don't want to say not insecure in a way she's not confident, but WWE is literally the main stage. And it's like when the promos I can't remember that she cut when she was in AEW, I believe that she did say a little bit more than that, than what she gave or whatnot. And now that you have this big machine behind you, and I'll even say you look a little different. I feel like her face was a little softer a little bit when she was in AEW, and now she's gotten a little bit more muscle. I need that confidence to be there. I need you to believe that you are. If you're saying indeed that you're that bitch, I need you to go out there and make a statement to prove it. Like, you saying it is one thing. You interrupting people's interviews in the back is one thing. What is that showing? It's just showing that you're a bully. I'll show you who's a bully and can back it up. Lash Legend. She calls herself the bougie bully and she backs it up. We seen that when she interfered in Alexa Bliss's match. She's making a statement. I need you to be the same, but you're the champion. Because Lash Legend is exactly who I need Jade to be.
That's what I said. That's what we said last
I
week.
know.
That's exactly what I said last
Yeah,
week.
that is exactly what you said, and I need her to get on board because, baby, you got the title now, and you are because you're the champ. You're the head of the division. What are you showing? Because if not, these little NXT girls gonna come up and they gonna eat you alive. And I need you to stand on what you need to stand on. Because you was paired with two of the greatest female performers of all time, Naomi and Bianca. You mean to tell me you didn't pick up anything from working with them? To even see how confident they are. Naomi making this switch to be a heel character. Jay, right now, you're a heel character. This isn't anything new to you. So I'm going to need you to put a little bit more backbone behind it, a little more oomph behind it, more like I'm here and I ain't going nowhere. Like, make that type of a statement. And if they're making her into this powerhouse, utilize her as being this powerhouse. Because if not, then you're going to have, again, someone else come up and take your place in being a powerhouse. And she's on the same roster as you.
And guess what? It looks like that's the plate. That's the rate we're going at because Jordynne Grace is here, and Jordynne Grace got everything.
Yeah,
she has everything. Yeah. She got the look. She's even softened up on her look. Like she's not as cut as she was, but she's still big. Nope. But she softened a little bit.
Her hair too, like her whole image. They're changing it. Like her whole image, the way her hair is, the way she dresses, everything. They're trying to.
And she already got the wrestling down pat because goddamn. All the matches she done put on in TNA.
Yep.
So yeah, it's looking like that's the trajectory. And yeah, I'm not mad if she takes that title anytime soon. Because I know they want to probably, wait until Bianca comes back so that we can. And I seen a picture of her recently, and that finger looked alright. So she better be back by Rumble.
I've seen pictures of her too, but again, she said that it's more invasive, I guess, than like the outside of it. That it wasn't just, it was a lot in her hand that it got really jacked up. Because I'm thinking, okay, broken finger, she's gonna be back, in like 2 months or whatever. But yeah, she was saying that it's deeper than that, and I can only imagine how she's feeling being
get a new hand.
So used to just being what. You know what? And this is why I love that when the people, when they leave, because they're like, yeah, we tired of seeing her on the screen. We tired of seeing her. She been gone a little too long, huh? Now everybody like, nah, man, she needs to get back in the ring. Nah,
I wouldn't know. Rhea Ripley's still here. Speaking of which,
don't do mommy like that. How dare you?
Speaking of which, she did win them titles off of
and did. Shout out to Rhea Ripley. Congratulations, mommy. And Io.
Rhea and Io have won the titles. Cool.
Yes, they did. from them stinky Kabuki warriors, because
wasn't
Asuka
really
was feeling herself a little bit too much.
wasn't really invested in that whole thing. I'm more on the
I
Nia Jax side of things. Because
I was just because it's Rhea.
I want Nia and Lash to go ahead and get them titles probably at Mania. Um,
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. That gives uh Rio enough time. I said Rio or Rio, I forget what they call them,
Rio.
but
It's probably Rio.
I like it gives them enough time to build momentum and make them like a dominant tag team, like a force to be reckoned with, all the way into WrestleMania, and that'll be one hell of a match because it'll be like this powerhouse team between Nia Jax and Lash against these vets in the ring, which are Rhea and Io. Like they're more of a jumping off the top rope, like high fly stuff like that. So it'll definitely be a great match to see for sure because Rhea is man. I wonder if she could pick. Well, she did it before. She picked up Nia Jackson, hit her with the
I don't know about now
hit
though.
her.
I
Huh?
don't know about now though.
I think that she could now. Look how small Nia's getting.
Well, look how small Rhea is compared to how she
Rhea was
was.
small. Oh, she was a little thicker then.
Rhea,
Yeah,
all
when
the
she
muscle
first did Nia,
muscle mass she done lost.
she has. But for some reason, even though she's lost muscle mass, she's still freakishly strong.
Hopefully.
Yeah, yeah, she really is. But I'm gonna need mommy to get her thickness back, and I'm gonna need Nia to stop losing the weight. Like she looks fine, but it's like, man, Nia, like you cold as a plus size woman, and it might be, for her own like reasons, might be
Yeah,
felt reasons. I don't know, just to be
but
healthy or whatever. But
it's like
stop right there. Keep it
yeah,
how you are right now. Don't get no.
because you lose you if you lose your appeal in the powerhouse aspect, it's like now you gonna have to learn some new moves. You can't use the annihilator and you look like, well, if you look like Lash you probably could.
No, I wouldn't even really take no. I mean, Lash is tall and she's thick, but at the same time, it don't have the effect that it would because I know what Nia gets the move from is from Yokozuna, and Yokozuna's move was effective because of his size. The same Rikishi would hit it because of his size. So it's like, nah, I'm gonna need Nia to leave it where it's at because the purpose of doing that is like it's a size advantage. It's like I just squashed you.
True. So
Can't
yeah,
really squash me if you ain't got nothing to squash me with for real. Like no, that's why I love when she would do it because it was a female finally hitting it. So yeah, I'm gonna need her to
yeah.
stop losing the weight because it's okay to be juicy, girl.
So okay, so we talked about Jordan Grace showing up. We talked about Lash. She's solidified on SmackDown. We got Javon Evans on Raw. Just like I said, that should happen. However, I am pissed that it was on a commercial. Why didn't
That
y'all
made no
just
sense to me either,
why didn't
especially
y'all
because it
do
was
it in the ring or at least backstage and have him be in a segment and be like, hey, we got Javon Evans now on Raw. What the hell was what
something. It could have been him in Adam Pierce's office, and they could signed it. It was something, but to do it during the commercial, I felt like that was booty because it's literally the anniversary show, and that should have been a moment in history where we look back on it 10 years from now to say, hey, anniversary show. That's when I signed with Rob, blah, blah, whatever. Like, not us being able to find it on social media because a fan recorded it or whatever and it's there. Like,
stupid.
that was just
Just
totally
go.
disrespectful. I don't like that. That moment should have been celebrated with the entire viewing audience as well.
And on top of that, whatever y'all finna do over Femi, because we know he coming to Raw. He's not going to SmackDown with all the turmoil and the return of Jacob and all that stuff that's going on SmackDown. Oba has to go to Raw. Y'all better have hella fanfare for Oba Femi when he shows up. Because
I can't believe, and I'm
that
mad that
monstrous way that he left NXT, y'all have to have hella fanfare for this man when he shows up at Raw.
I can't believe he's gone. Like, that was one of the most creative ways to vacate a title But at the same time, I'm so mad at myself because I wasn't feeling so well on Tuesday. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to skip this episode of NXT and just probably try to catch the highlights. And I'm so mad that I missed such an iconic night. I totally forgot that it was New Year's Evil. But man, that I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming. It's like he got the title back. And I know he's been making his appearances on Saturday Night's Main Event and making his appearances, on the show. But I'm like, okay, they've all done that. But for him to he must be, well, he is this huge of a star that they're like, you know what? We need him up on the main roster. They're really picking through and taking their best people. And it's just happening so quick.
This is proof that they're watching us. This is proof that WWE is watching us because I've been saying this for months.
I know. And that's what's wild is because you definitely
hire me or cut me a check, something, because you're clearly listening to me.
Yeah, because you did say it. You definitely said it. And I'm just shocked. But at the same time, it's like, dang, who's going to be, excuse me, the face of NXT? I mean, Oba's gone, Trick is gone, Javon is gone. You have Ethan, you have, Dark State, but I truly believe that those people are going to be next. And it's like, I read somewhere, and not too much, and first of all, not too much on Shawn Michaels. Okay, greatest wrestler that ever lived. But they were pretty much saying how now that they're combing through NXT and they're taking their biggest stars, they were saying that Shawn should have been building other stars behind Oban, behind, Javon and the rest and behind Trick and all of that, and they feel like that's not going. Now you just have like these mid-card stars that are, huh?
To your point, I'm saying he hasn't been building people up because
that's what they were saying. They were saying like, man, like after they leave, like who's the next set of people that are, that's going to be in the forefront, like their top stars there. And I'm like, okay, if you get it, they have Ricky Saints, that they have Joe Hendry, that they have all the members of Dark State, and I feel like they are all phenomenal. That you have,
I don't know about Joe Hendry.
I feel like, okay, Joe Hendry is kind of up in the air. He can be. They're turning him into just a gimmick. They're turning him into a gimmick, but at the same time, it's kind of like you're right. He has been featured on the main roster. So even if they take him up, it's like, okay, well, who y'all?
Then they might have a point because, yeah, there's Dark State.
They said unless they start picking through and bringing people from TNA over to NXT,
and I wouldn't be mad at that if they brought Santana.
I wouldn't be mad at it either. I wouldn't be mad at it
if they brought Leon over, which they already.
Oh, he's coming. He's coming. He got Javon. He's coming. He's next.
Oh, Santana, Leon.
Yeah.
Maybe not Frankie Kazarian. I don't really like him. Bring Dolph Ziggler back. Or
I was just gonna say, if they brought back Matt Cardona, they need to go ahead and bring up Nick Nemeth too. Nobody got time to be playing.
Yeah, they start going.
What are we doing?
Because even though TNA has this deal with AMC, I don't see them really keeping it that long because it's just another entity within WWE at this point because you're using the same talent from both shows at this point.
That's true. And another thing, and I truly believe this is going to happen, I feel like Zella Fatu is coming. He's coming sooner than we think. Because for Ricky Starks to even I know we've talked about this before, but for it to even go over to the promotion, I don't know if it was Ring of Honor. I'm trying to remember where it was.
Reality of Wrestling that's owned by Booker T.
Yeah, Booker T's Reality Wrestling. For him to even show up and interfere in that match, and I've been listening to the stuff that Zilla has been saying in response to that, yeah, he's going to be coming up sooner than we think.
If Zilla shows up in NXT,
huh?
I said if Zilla shows up at NXT, that's your next main guy. That's
the main one. That's your next.
And he gonna be there. He gonna be there for about a year and a half.
Because the fact that he's also part of the bloodline, he can easily get up in there. I mean, come on, the story is right there. If Jacob goes on, do his thing he got to do with Cody, He goes on to challenge for the championship. I want Jacob to be champion. I want to see it at WrestleMania. Him and Drew. That'll be cold. That happens. They have to meet at some point. I want to see Zilla and Jacob. Zilla needs to go to SmackDown. And I want to see, them cross paths again. Do not make them a tag team. Jacob has his own momentum. He
Don't
has
make
his
them a
own
tag
character.
team, but put them together.
Put them together when I definitely it's kind of like, because if you watch the indies, then but like long time no see, like I got your back, so you already know something go down, he get jumped, you got somebody that's on your side, but do not make them a tag team, not right now, save that for way later. But yeah, man, I feel like this is with everything that's going on, I feel like they're doing everything right for once. And right now, wrestling, as The Rock likes to say, is becoming cool again, because they're adding little pieces of nostalgia, but also catering to the new superstars, this new regime that we have going on. And I feel like they're listening, because now you brought up this younger group of superstars, because the ones that were young group of superstars when I was growing up, the Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar, Rey Mysterios, those guys are now legends, and they're going to be on their way of retiring and out the door. And right now is time for the Roman Reigns and the Seth Rollins, those guys, to step up, and they are going to be considered the legends, and these new cats. And I'll even throw Cody Rhodes in that. I won't put him in the category as far as being the legends, even though he's been there for a minute, but not just yet. Not just yet. Because this American Nightmare character, that this version of Cody who he is, this is still, I feel like, could be the leader of the new school. Once Seth and Roman have gone on, then they're gonna look at Cody as being that guy for them. But the way that it's going, I feel like it's going great. I really hope that they keep up the momentum. Do not drag it out, because the storylines seem to be hitting perfectly and poetically. And I say that because the match between CM Punk and Braun Breaker was phenomenal. It was emotional. It had me on a literal roller coaster of, okay, I think I'm okay if Braun wins and it's going to do this, but no, I still want CM Punk to hold it because he waited this long to get the title. And it was such a back and forth thing, and such a close call. Oh man, it was such a close call. I thought CM Punk was out. I'm just like, this is it. He finna win. And then Paul Heyman kept interfering, and I'm like, okay, what's about to happen now? Like, and then the rest of the vision comes out. But I was glad, that he has people on his side. Rey Mysterio, the rest of them. They came out to help. And they should, because who else CM Punk got there to really
Oh,
help him?
brother.
What?
I was pissed. Take y'all ass
Why?
home. I wanted Braun to win. I'm not gonna hold you.
I understand why. And we talked about this, because it's kind of like, I remember you saying, if he doesn't win, this
Yeah.
whole push, all this promo work that he's doing, all of this going back and forth, he's supposed to be the new head of the group. What is the future of the group if he couldn't even capture the title? It is all about timing. It's all about timing. Is he ready? Yes. Should he and can he hold the weight of being champion? Yes. Is it his time? No, not yet. Not yet. It's coming, and it needs to come this year, and I truly believe it will come this year, but not yet.
And my thing is,
Not yet. They're
who
not their first bout, because CM Punk being in the legendary category that he is, this has to be a lesson for him. This has to be I'm not gonna make those tiny mistakes that I did before. Now that I've been in the ring with you and fought, because they fought before, but now that I've been in the ring with you and fighting for a title, I know the CM Punk I'm dealing with. You said, I'm talking about Braun Breaker, that you wanted the CM Punk you watched growing up. You got him. So now you know how to work with him in the ring. Now you know how to maneuver. Now you know how to counter him. Now you need to know his weaknesses, all of that, when he's at his best. And this is one of the moments where he bested you. You need to take that as fuel and ammunition to say, you know what? Okay. I look at the same thing that happened with Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley. They fought 3 times. Charlotte beat her for her NXT championship at WrestleMania. And then she beat her again. When they finally fought again, when Rhea had to pretty much kind of reinvent herself and really change her whole mindset of how she approaches Charlotte, because I know what to look out for now with you. She took her to her limits and she dominated her. When Braun finally beat CM Punk, it is not going to be because of division, Paul Heyman. It's going to be a one-on-one, and he's going to get the best and the better of CM Punk, because now I learned you. Now I know you. Like, I wanted the old you because he felt like he wasn't getting the old him before. He felt like he was getting this new version of CM Punk. No, I wanted the old you. Well, now you got it. Now you know how to beat him. And now it's time for you to start strategizing and getting your game plan together in order to take that title off of him. But it just wasn't his moment just yet. Punk just got the title. This is Punk's first title defense. Hell no. He shouldn't have won that. Not right now. Now you have, this is the anniversary of Raw, the main event, 2 years in a row. CM Punk was a part of both. He won both. So let's go in and go to the.
But now it's my question is,
Royal Rumble?
who is it? Who's next until Mania? Because we
What do
know
you mean?
Braun's gonna force himself back into the picture, but I'm saying for Rumble, who was it gonna be? For Elimination
Braun's going to
Chamber?
get his rematch for sure, and it might happen at Rumble. Um, Again, he might win, he might not. He might pull the Brock Lesnar for 2022 when he lose the match at the Royal Rumble. As soon as you know, he enters the Royal Rumble and wins the Royal Rumble to
That's
finally face CM
that's what
Punk
I was gonna
at
say.
WrestleMania.
That's what
That
I
will
was
be
gonna say, but
cold. Like,
I don't want Jacob not to win.
Jacob doesn't have to win the Royal Rumble in order to face Drew McIntyre. He can just have that beef after whooping Cody's ass to say, you know what? Now me and you. And Drew being Drew could be like, they can build up. It's enough time to build up that feud where it's like, you know what? I want him just as bad as he won me. It could be that, because when Drew has those type of feuds, when they last long, they're iconic, and it needs to be that with these two. Because Drew and Cody, I don't want to see no more. He beat him. That's it. Cody, go handle what you need to handle with Jacob. Now it's time for Jacob and Cody to feud. Dead that. Cody needs to go away. And now Drew needs to start focusing. No, Jacob needs to start focusing on Drew right after that. And that's enough time, because after fighting him, Jacob and Cody will have a match at Royal Rumble. And then after that's done, Elimination Chamber happens. That's another way to get a match at WrestleMania. Jacob needs to win Elimination Chamber. And Braun needs to win the Royal Rumble. Or either or. I'm cool with either one. But both of them need to be the winners of those two big matches in order for them to have the WrestleMania matches, and it is going to
And
be
that's exactly who
amazing.
needs to win both of those situations. That's exactly what needs to happen. Nobody else should be in those title pictures. Randy
No,
should not be in the title picture
and I
and
want
win in
him to
that
be, and I
win in that
want him
fashion.
to be,
I'm saying
and I
if he
really
fights Drew, or yeah, if he fights Drew for Elimination Chamber, cool. But he don't need to be in it and win it. He needs to fight Drew for that title at Elimination Chamber. Not WrestleMania, not at Royal Rumble, but for Elimination Chamber. That's what needs to happen. Randy does not need to be winning anything.
So he supposed to fight for the match, for the title, but lose.
Yes,
I don't want to see that.
I'm sure.
He's been doing that, and we both expressed our outrage on that. He's been doing it. He just hasn't been winning. I think. We know we want Jacob to win in the end. If Jacob wins and takes the title off of Drew at WrestleMania, are we good with seeing a Jacob versus Randy for the title? Do they have any issues with each other? That's what I'm trying to think. Were there any issues, or would this be
build issues? Absolutely. I mean, it could be something as simple as Elimination Chamber. They will turn it into a three-way match if they did it this way. But if Jacob just by any means just jumped in and messed both of them up while they had their match, like towards the end of it, that could be a way for that to happen, and they all have a three-way. But other than that, if Randy wins over Drew, and then yeah, if that happens at Elimination Chamber, that would mean that they'd have to have a rematch at WrestleMania. So it can't happen no other way.
Huh?
Okay, so let's say Randy and Drew uh fight at Elimination Chamber, right?
Yeah.
If Jacobs it wins Elimination Chamber, cool. But I'm saying, yeah, you know what? I think I messed myself up in my thought process. But either way, Randy beats Drew at Elimination Chamber. We got Jacob. Drew still has his ability to say, I want my rematch. So at WrestleMania, that would still happen. And then Jacob would still be a part of that, and they would still make it a three-way.
I don't want to see no more triple threats at WrestleMania because why wait for Elimination Chamber to WrestleMania? No, it don't have to be a rematch. It could have happened on a random SmackDown. Because if we go on with it big, we talk about storylines involving Drew. That's too many storylines at one time. He works better when it's when it's like
That's
a
true.
nice build up. So you're right. I would like to see. That's why I'm like I'm cool with. I still want Jacob at WrestleMania 1-on-1 with Drew. I want him and
But
Drew to fight. But
okay,
I was
now
just saying once Jacob
I remember my full point.
wins.
I remember my full point. Randy can't win. That was my whole point.
Right. And I was just saying that I would rather not see Randy fight yet for the title because I don't want him to lose. Like if he was to have a match in Elimination Chamber, he loses. I don't want that because we've been seeing that forever and I'm tired of that. But if he's not in that title picture right now, and this is solely focusing on Drew and Jacob until WrestleMania and they have their match, Jacob wins, he gets the title. I'm saying after that and Randy goes for the title, would that be a nice feud between Jacob, the champion now, and Randy?
Yeah,
Or
if it's past
because I still
backlash.
need Randy to feud with Cody. We need it. This is the perfect time because I'm saying, and this is why, with all the history they got between each other, with all the times y'all got him staring at the title with Cody, come on now. It needs to be a master versus like student type of a feud. Like it would have been nice because y'all messed that up because now Cody's no longer the champion, but I still need them to have that feud with each other, and I need Randy to be the villain. But I guess they'll change it and have it Cody be the. But I know I want to see Randy be the villain. I need to see the punt kick.
Yeah,
Unless
it's
they
too
turn
many.
Cody bad and Cody starts hearing those and starts going into being that. And
Yeah,
honestly, that probably make him more interested.
it would
Yeah,
because him showing signs of it already was making him more interesting.
that is true. That is true because that's why I say y'all got to pay attention. Like this is why wrestling is the coolest effing thing in the world. It's beyond the physical and the violence and the fighting. It is the acting. It is the selling. It's the emotion. It's the storytelling. That's why I'm like when you have something that's drawn out and given it time to build up and marinate and gain exposure and fans and notoriety, it's kind of like it makes it better. You can't just have a few and it's like, oh, okay, well, in 3 weeks we're gonna fight at a pay-per-view. So now we got what, like three good shows to do, main roster shows to do before we actually get our fight. That's not enough time to try to build nothing up. I'm supposed to dislike you in 3 weeks? No, we need to really have some building up where it's like fans, I can't wait for this match. I could not wait for Cody and Drew because there's so much. It happened in August. August. And they just fought again. Now for this title, he finally captures it. Like that was the perfect build. The same with CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. And I have to point this out. We have CM Punk and Drew McIntyre as our champions right now. Man, I wish I want to cuss like I want to cuss right now. If that ain't the coolest effing thing. We have Drew McIntyre and CM Punk as our champions. Let that marinate for a second because 2 years ago they had one of the greatest rivals of all time, some of the greatest matches of all time, and now they are both and they were both hungry for the same thing, but they were both getting in each other's way. They want to whoop each other's ass because they were getting in each other's way to get gold, and now they finally both have the gold, and you know that Drew is going to point it out when he addresses it on SmackDown, as well as CM Punk tomorrow night when he addresses it on Raw. But that is so effing cool to just go full circle, and it's like, bro, the both of y'all are champs right now. And to me, honestly, everything, it was totally worth the wait.
Absolutely.
It was worth it. It was worth the wait because having two good champions, I wasn't liking that too. Like
Man,
that was boring.
and it's not even that. It's like have two interesting champions.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
have them be interesting. It ain't got to be two good ones and two bad ones. Be interesting, and these two are interesting.
yeah. Very. They
Cody
both can hold
isn't.
each other on. They can hold their own on the mic. They are very interesting. They're antagonizing. They can like this is cold. This is cold. This is really really cool. Oh man.
So hopefully tomorrow we gonna see Javon for sure. Hopefully we see Oba. Hopefully CM Punk addresses the fact that Braun wasn't ready for him and he got his ass beat. And then
oh, we know
we
who
get to
else we're
see
about
what
to have
happens with.
address some things.
You said what?
I know who else is going to address some things.
Team Rebecca.
Oh, the damn Rebecca Lynch. Rebecca Lynch Rollins. I have slowly but surely became a Becky Lynch fan. However, she did not need that win.
She did.
She didn't need that win. And someone had said that, oh, well, Maxine had to drop the title because she's going to her honeymoon. Dominic Mysterio is now injured, out on injury, out indefinitely, and he doesn't have to vacate his Intercontinental Championship.
That's the thing I
He
don't
didn't have to
understand.
vacate either or. He didn't have to vacate either championship. And I get it because they're like he's on such a momentum. Well, guess what? Well, so is Maxine. That 40-something day reign that she had, that just tears down all the work that she's been putting in with Natalia. Like she didn't need this. Maxine needed this win to solidify that me beating you for that championship was not a fluke. I beat you fair and square because I got the better of you because I am a better and different version of myself. And you're going to respect me as such. So her winning this was like all because y'all want the feud between her and AJ to build up. They do not need a title to feud. They didn't need a title. AJ Lee didn't come back to fight Becky for her championship. She came back because she disrespected her husband. And she came back to put Becky in her place.
And she showed up to throw Becky off so that Maxine could win. So yeah,
Right.
there's literally no
So
point
now
to
she has
y'all
the
doing
title.
this.
And I think, and I honestly truly believe that they put the title on Becky because now they want to put the title on AJ come WrestleMania.
And don't do that. Because she's not going to be here unless she is going to be here.
Yeah. Because at the same, and I believe, well, when she's champ, she'll have to be there. But at the same time, don't take away from Maxine's moment, which AJ Lee helped her achieve in order to put the title on AJ.
Unless y'all push Maxine up into the Women's World Championship division. If y'all do that, I'm cool. But if y'all don't do that and y'all have her run back to do the Intercontinental Championship scene, there's no point because you should have just let her have her run until she didn't need it anymore and somebody else needed it. But y'all
That
didn't.
is very true.
So hopefully y'all are pushing her upwards because we need that. Because who is it right now? It's Stephanie Vaquer, Raquel, and Nikki Bella. What the hell?
Yeah.
So yeah, push Maxine up into that stratosphere. Cool. Because that is well needed. And whoever y'all bring in from NXT to fill in the gaps, please, somebody.
Please.
JC Jane, I guess. I can't think of nobody else that they should bring up.
Tatum Pax? No.
If you bring Tatum Paxley up, you got to put her in the Intercontinental. But again, whatever they doing with that. Maybe Fallon, but again, Intercontinental. Yeah, they need to build up some stars.
But Jada needs to be the NXT Women's Champion before she comes up. So yeah, it's up in the air. It's up in the air with a lot of that. I'm not trying to jump the gun too much, but that right there, that was probably my only like complaint, and I feel like they made the wrong call with that. But another thing, and I meant to call you about this one. I never focused on how interesting the feud between Solo Sikoa, the MFTs, and the Wyatts are until they did that package. And I'm really sitting there listening to everything that Solo is saying. And if this isn't the most, because I can only use that word because that's who Bray Wyatt was, poetic feud. And Solo is maneuvering with this so well. He's meshing so well that it's kind of like, I know that the Wyatts are supposed to be intimidating as well as Bo Dallas, but Uncle Howdy. But Solo is reminding him that you Bo Dallas. You don't even deserve the name Wyatt. Kind of letting him know that this creation, this Wyatt 6, was because of your brother. It wasn't you. That's why he keeps bringing up, you just gotta believe and blah, 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 and all of that. He is baiting him.
And let
Uncle
me say
Howdy, all of them supposed to look so menacing. And the fact that he got them looking weak, like he went out there grabbing the lantern, he didn't give a crap. Like,
and let me
bro,
say this. Solo is proving that he's better than all of them, except for Roman. He's
except for
proving
Roman.
right now.
He's
He's proving that he's better than all of them except for Roman. Because even Jacob can wrestle his ass off, but these promos that Jacob been cutting, they
You're
got him to
right.
sound like a caveman. But
That's true
Solo,
because it's really aggressive.
Solo is smart. He's funny and menacing.
I'm gonna give it to you like this. I'm gonna give it to you like this, and you can say how you want to feel. But Solo definitely has elements of The Rock when it comes to hitting the promos, when it comes to hitting deep, when it comes to even the humor part. Like I can sit there and I can talk my mess and I go out there and I whoop your ass, but he got his hilarity parts like The Rock would do. So it's like a mixture between Rock and Roman. And I say Roman's dominance, Roman the way he could maneuver and take charge of a group and a team. He got them all wearing the face paint except for him. He's
when
really
when
showing
when
so
Roman and
much
them said he
leadership.
was next up, he's showing it. He's better than all of
He's
them.
showing it. He's showing it. And I never thought I would say that or see that within him because when Roman left and WWE had to see it. Solo's a sponge for sure. He really took his opportunity of leaving NXT, get into the main roster, and he did something with it. He didn't piggyback off of Roman and the bloodline and his success. He watched. He was so quiet through the whole time. He just watched and he learned. And he took that when Roman left. He didn't wait for them to say, well, what are we going to do? Because that's how Jimmy and Jay pretty much were. Like a Roman went there for a Friday. Oh, well, Tribal Chief, he not here. Solo took it as not only is Roman not here, he lost the title, so I know he's not going to be here. So now I'm going to take our family in my hands and we're going to change this up. So when I really think about from that point until now with Solo, he has grown so effing much. And I'm so proud of him. Like to be the youngest brother, but to have such a momentum and for them to have so much faith in Solo to say, we're going to give you your own group, even after the first failed. I don't want to say failed, just because, I say that because Roman got
Nah,
his
we can
the
say
follow
fail
back.
because it wasn't good, and the fact that injuries plagued them and all of that stuff. So yeah,
Yeah,
we
I'm
can
not
say
going to
it
say it wasn't
failed.
good. I'm not going to say it wasn't good because in the very beginning, oh, it was good and it was dominant. I
Yeah,
think that we just wanted Roman to come back quicker, but it was just when I think about it, Solo needed that time to build himself up as being looked at in a leadership role.
because
So
we wasn't buying it to begin with.
we wasn't buying it, but when Jacob came, I was that's when we were like, whoa, okay. And now they got both of the Tongan brothers. Okay, now we kind of cooking, and now they're a dominant group, and they didn't put Paul Heyman through the table. They not playing. They were and exerted that dominance. But you're right. The only thing that played the factor in their downfall were the injuries. Because if the injuries didn't happen, it definitely they would have been up there. They would have been up there because I was nervous. I ain't gonna lie, I was nervous about when they fought at War Games. I was like, they ain't playing over here. And then they had got Bronson Reed too for the War Games match. I'm like, yeah, they about to be what y'all finna do? Y'all literally they was whooping up. Remember, they was whooping their asses every single week. I'm like, Roman, come on. They
And
beating y'all.
and then everybody in the War Games
They
match
beat
got
they
injured.
beat everybody to oblivion. It was like Solo, spare them this week. spare them this week.
And then they got to War Games, and every single person that was necessary got injured. And then it took, because Solo was still good, and I want to say, was it Tama Tonga? Yeah, Tama Tonga was still good.
Yeah, because it was Tangaloa and Jimmy Uso. They were out.
Yeah, they were out.
No, and Bronson. All three of them, like the big dominating factors, were out because when Bronson finally returned, he returned with the vision.
And he had Jacob with him still, and he had Tama Tonga. And then
Tama Tonga got injured.
Yeah, and then Tama Tonga got injured. So then it led to Solo and Jacob having a beef, and then that got situated. And then he had to rebuild because now they started to come back. So he had Tama Tonga. He showed up.
Yeah, Tama Tonga.
Tonga Loa, and then finally Tama Tonga again. So he built everything.
And then that's when he got JC Mateo.
That him too. I be forgetting that he's there.
Yep. And I feel like these guys, and I ain't gonna lie, in the beginning I was just like, come on, until you really had to break down and let me remind me who they were. Like, I knew some of them off of seeing a few clips from when they wrestled in New Japan and when they wrestled on the indie scene and all that. Like, so I knew who some of them were. Like, I know who Lance is whenever he gets the opportunity to come up. But to see them all now mesh so well together, they're definitely one dominant tag team. And you know what? I would like to see them as tag team champions, and I wouldn't be upset if they won the titles from the Wyatts, because the credibility that the Wyatts had is starting to be kind of bleak.
And they're not scary anymore. They were
scary. They're not. When they first came out, remember, it was like you saw they was not, all of them, it was kind of like Chad Gable knocking the back bloody. All of it was like, well, what type of paranormal stuff is this? Every week it was something. They were, just coming because they was trying to show like all the lies that you did. They was playing some videos and all of that. That was so effing cool to me when they were doing that. And then y'all made them look weak when Uncle Howdy finally got beat. Even when he used to get beat up and he'd start laughing, that was menacing because it was like, what's happened? That part.
But did I not tell you that this was going to happen if they didn't use them sparingly? I told you this. Yeah. Because you're losing the mystique of them by consistently showing them, having them show up and then get beat on top of that. Like, bro, y'all tried to have them as this supernatural thing like The Undertaker, and y'all didn't play them like The Undertaker.
Yeah. And they're not The Undertaker. It's kind of like you're right. Like, they definitely should have used them sparingly, and even then I made them tag team champions. And it's like, I don't think they were a group that needed to hold titles. I needed them to be a group that was just dominating, and you didn't want, when you hear y'all fighting the Wyatts tonight,
it should have been a Teddy Long situation.
Yeah, it's like, tonight y'all going against the Wyatts 6. No, like you said, it was like, you don't see them all the time. I don't want to see that. Like, I don't want to fight. That's what it should have been, like a
disciplinary action, or continuously did the thing where if somebody betrayed somebody, they showed up. That's exactly what that should have been.
That part. Do you know how interesting that is? Because they were literally like the Grim Reapers of wrestling. They literally were showing the people in the back just bloodied, and then Chad couldn't even remember what was going on because it was like, the way Uncle Howdy presented that was so scary. I thought this man was floating in the air for real. And they just walked out like, we're here. And everything was lined up so perfectly. And I feel like with this should be a way to kind of boost them back up, because you're showing that and recognizing that we know that Uncle Howdy is Bo Dallas. I like that they're recognizing the fact they're saying what fans have been saying online. You're not as good as your brother. You're not your brother, blah, blah, blah. And they're using Solo as the voice to say those things. Cool. That should spark the creativity within Bo and the rest of the characters that are playing, with, the Wyatt 6 faction. But we need something. We need to build that fear back. And I really feel like when these guys face off, it cannot be in a regular type of match. The reason why The Undertaker was so menacing is because he was put in these paranormal, not normal matches. Like he had Inferno matches, Hell in a Cell matches. That was his domain. You didn't want to face the Undertaker in those matches because you knew this is like his playground. The same like Ray. He had a freaking fun house. His playground. Like when he that's what made him the Wyatts need a domain where like this is their type of match. This is what they do. You do not want to face them in it because bad things are just going to happen. And it's killing me because it's like Triple H, you were there, you lived it, you were in it.
But
It
money,
should be nothing but gold. You have two superstars, they're two of the top superstars in WWE history, Shawn Michaels and Triple H, running two different shows. Y'all were involved in these iconic storylines that changed the face of wrestling forever. Right now, we should be getting nothing but gold because you guys were on both sides of
and
the coin.
y'all letting money mess all that
Yes,
up because
yes,
y'all
and
have
I
too many
get it.
cooks
I
in the
get it,
kitchen that don't know how to cook and they reusing old stuff.
and I get it because the way they have it now, just because Triple H is the head of creative, things still need to get passed through Nick. So if even if Triple H is saying I want to do this, and Nick is saying no, well he's the owner. Well he's the where it's like I'm just head of creative. So it's like I still have to say what Stephanie McMahon at the time was head of the writing team, but stuff still needs to be passed through Vince. So I don't want to put too much on him, and everyone's always Triple H, Triple H, Triple H. It's not probably always him. He still has to pass through them. If they saying, no, we're going to go this route, he probably got to, we want to do this. Sucking his teeth, biting his tongue, because it's like, I don't even want to go this route, but that's where he at. That's why I was like, damn, I wish that Stephanie was still like part co-owner. Because remember, she was that with Nick. And I felt like it would have been more of a, and during that time, when that was happening, Triple H was still, cooking with fish grease.
Well,
We get
yeah,
it
but
every now and again, and I feel like they might be listening to him now with
yeah,
certain stuff because, like you said, these are people that's just money people, and we need in this business people that understand the business. And to me, say what you want, there is no greater mind for the business than Triple H. And I say that because he was a part of so many storylines back in the day that people don't even realize that the magical moments that we got growing up in the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era and even in the PG era, he was a part of those storylines and he wasn't even involved in it. But he was a part of the creative team to make that happen. So it's like for him to be around that long, that you have been part of the writing team and the creative team and having influence since the 90s. You got to get him in his flowers. And that's why I
yeah.
felt like in his Hall of Fame, he didn't get enough credit for a lot of the things that he's done. Like he definitely is a perfectionist, but I look at Evolution. That was single-handedly his. That wasn't the creative team. That was Triple H saying, starting with Ric Flair. Ric Flair at the time was going through a lot of legal stuff. He wasn't the same Ric Flair. He was drinking, all of that, but he was still part of the wrestling team, but he wasn't. He was looked at as on TV, part owner with Vince McMahon. But Triple H is the one that told Vince, give me Rick. I want him to start coming out with me now. And I want to build him back up to the Ric Flair that I grew up. He was my hero growing up, and I don't see that with him. Give me him, just him being my valet coming out so he can get that feel because Triple H was the top guy. So then he decided, I want to create a super group. I want to create this group that's going to show off this new talent and show the future of this business, Randy and Batista. He did that. He had 100% pretty much creative control when it came to that. And I love that. But that man probably got one of the toughest jobs ever, man, because his work never stops. But that's why I feel like Triple H,
Well,
we're right here. We can help you with that. Because a lot of things I feel like we'd be on the same page. We know what the fans want. We're fans. We're
yep,
fans. But we know what
yep.
they want. We know what they need. You
Well,
need fresh minds.
with that being said,
Yes.
hire us, follow us. We are everywhere. Mostly we on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, LCW
Yes.
Pod, Lights Camera Wrestling. This week in wrestling has been great. SmackDown was
Oh,
definitely better
great.
than Raw. AEW was great, even though we didn't get to talk about it, but I sadly gotta go.
AEW was great. AEW was great. I don't like the way they did my girl Mercedes Monet, but you saw that promo. She cut. She's coming back, and she's coming back to get it in blood.
She got
But
thrown
she's
on
gonna
cake.
take a hiatus.
She got thrown on cake. Um, I've been Oz the Alchemist.
And it is your girl, Miss Lola Love, aka the Cody Crybaby team leader. Okay. So yeah, I just wanted to show you this my little trinkets. I had got this for Christmas. I just didn't put it on my tree. Next year for Christmas, I will have a WWE tree. For sure. Got to. Non-negotiable.
All right, y'all.